Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Devoted to Her. I'm your host, Samantha Jade Minor, but we're all friends here, so you could call me Sam. Today, I'm here with the wonderful Wendi Bergin. How would I describe her? Cheerful?
Yeah.
Lively? A woman of God, a friend, and someone that's of service.
Thank you.
And I actually listened to her podcast, Joyfully Prepared, yes?
Yes.
And on social media, she's the Joyful Prepper.
That's right.
And here's the thing that I love. I listened to your last episode, and you were that's from yesterday. One of the most recent ones. You were talking about not being afraid.
Yes.
Because that's not what we're supposed to do. God did not give us a spirit of fear.
That's right.
But of power, love, and a sound mind.
Amen.
So, you teach on preparing,
Yes.
but you put the joy in it.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, if you saw or listened to last week's episode, we had Shweta on, and her food is
It's good.
amazing.
I love her food.
Yes. Because in about 2 weeks, we have the 3rd annual Devoted to Her Women's Health and Wellness Expo. And you are a speaker there.
Yay!
How do you feel about that?
I'm very excited.
Very excited.
Yes, super excited. Yes.
So because this is about health and wellness, can you tell us how you feel about health and wellness?
Well, there's lots to say, right,
Yeah.
about health and wellness. I feel like, especially as women, we don't take care of ourselves. We generationally, and this is not to be a victim, to say it from a victim point of view, I don't mean this that way, but we have been taught that we put ourselves last, that we have to take care of our husbands, our children, the dogs, get the appointments, do the da, right? And then we get the leftovers, but the leftovers are really not much. And we feel guilty when we do something for ourselves, when we take the first off the plate, or whatever you want to, however you want to say it, right? There's a lot of mom guilt. And I do see that there is more and more happening in the world it's a big ship that has to turn. But there is some of it happening. But right now, there's still the need for women to learn how to take care of themselves. I teach health and wellness through preparedness, and this is the way I look at it. When you learn skills of preparedness, like you learn how to bake bread, or you learn how to make medicine from herbs, or you learn how to garden, or you learn how to keep a food storage, these things are a form of self-care because you're taking time to learn how to do something for yourself. Because the 3 principles of self-reliance are: first, you take care of yourself; second, you take care of your family; and third, you take care of your community. But you're number 1 in that. So when I take the time to learn how to make bread, it's going to take time because you don't make bread the first time perfectly. Trust me. No, you don't. And there's different types of bread to make. And so I learned how to make this bread. I'm taking time for myself. I'm experimenting because I'm a scientist when I'm in the kitchen, right?
You have to be a scientist to make sourdough.
You have to be a scientist to do really anything, believe it or not. And so then I'm taking time, and then I'm feeding myself. I'm eating that, and then I give it to my family, or the chickens get it. That's my community. If the bread turns out bad, which I just had some that turned out bad the other day, the chickens got it. So, and then I made more, and it turned out better, and then we ate it. So my point is that when we take the time to learn anything, we are taking care of ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I got a massage this morning, so I'm all for the.
Oh my God!
I'm all for the spa. Trust me.
Me too.
That's good for you too. But learning to do things, your brain expands, and you become whole, and you become confident and resilient, and it's so much fun. And that's what preparedness is. It's not just being ready for a hurricane. It's this other stuff that makes you competent, confident, and able to serve other people.
So, I don't know why this just came to my head. However, I don't know if you've heard the phrase on social media, trad wife?
Yes.
Traditional.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't really care what a lot of social media tells me, but I love, if you want to call me a trad wife, go right ahead. Call me a traditional wife. I wanted to be that my whole life.
Oh.
I didn't ever want to be anything but a wife and a mom, and I am. That's what I am.
Yeah.
My mom was that mom. Her mom was that mom. They didn't have aspirations for a career. I had an aspiration to be a mom, and I am. And so I should be just as happy as I can be. Most of the time I am, if my kids clean up and do what I tell them to do. I don't do that.
So, do you have a farm or a homestead?
Homestead. We have 5 acres, and we have, I moved to Florida 4.5 years ago, and living in Florida is a completely different experience than anything in the Midwest. So we moved down from New Jersey. I grew up in Virginia, and Florida is just so different. It's hot. That's when I usually swear, when I think about the people. I have had a lot of opportunity to become more Christ-like.
Yeah.
Right?
Living in Florida, we'll do that too.
Everybody's hot. That's why. But so I've had to learn how to garden differently, and I did meet a regenerative gardener. And the regenerative gardener is someone who helps you set up what's called a food forest. Permaculture is also used, and I have 2 now of these food forests. And so in this, I have tropical trees growing, I have bushes, I have tropical spinaches, other ground cover, and this whole ecosystem takes care of itself. Just like the woods. Like if you were to walk in the woods takes care of itself.
Yeah, it does.
So I created the same thing. Well, my gardener did. I just support him. But he knows more than me. And I go out and talk to everything and water the things, and you know, I'm taking care of it. I'm planting herbs, and all these things are, the majority of what I have in my food forest are edible. So I have food all the time in the front and in the back, and I'm learning. We have animals on the property, chickens. We grow our own meat chickens and process those. We have goats. And so there's always activity on the homestead, and we have fencing that needs to be put up so I can add more things. But yeah, and homesteading is always just progress. You're just always moving forward.
So what are the things that are not edible?
What are things that are not edible?
Because you said in the food forest,
Mm-hmm.
most everything is edible.
Yeah, so I have what's called, I don't believe the sunrise mimosa is edible. It's this,
Really?
I don't know, it might be. I haven't learned that.
I've been looking for mimosa for about 2 years.
I have some. I'll give you some.
Okay.
I think it should root just fine.
Yeah, it's medicinal.
Okay, I'll look in. Well, mimosa is different than sunrise mimosa.
Okay.
Sunrise mimosa is also called the sensitive plant. And mimosa is a tree or a big bush.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
It's the hot pink one.
Hot pink one, yeah. That one is medicinal, you're right.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for.
This is different. This is a ground cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, as a homesteader, I could totally understand why you did that. What made you want to be a prepper?
I grew up this way. So my story, it's in my DNA, and I get a little emotional. So my grandpa and my grandma got married,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple years after they got married, this was in 1936, something like that, 37. They got word from the church that they needed to put up 2-year supply of food and supplies. And my grandpa was like, okay, I'll put the Lord to the test. And he and his mother canned 1,800 jars of food. No air conditioning, by the way. I just want that to be said. 1,800 jars of food. I don't know how long it took, but in his diary, in his journal, that's what they said they did. He was also a landscaper,
Okay.
And he put up, or they called them nurserymen back then, and he took down trees.
Nurserymen.
Yeah, that's what they were called back in the day.
Okay.
And he put up enough tires and chains and whatever other supplies he needed to stay in business for 2 years. This was 1938. As we know, in 1941, the United States entered World War II. All the supplies that were needed and manufactured in the United States went overseas to take care of our troops. So they couldn't get chains, and you couldn't get tires, and you couldn't get food because you had to go on food, not food stamps like what we have today, but I can't remember what they call them now. But you would go and take your food stamp, it's not called that, and you would change it in, so you would get your cheese, you would get your bread, you would get your milk. Ration stamps, that's what they're called, ration stamps, because each family was rationed to this amount of food. That was 1941 until we left the war, or the war ended. And so, but because of what my grandparents did, they never had to use one of their ration stamps. Is that a miracle or what?
That is a miracle.
Because they listened to God. And so that's where I come from. That's how I grew up. So my dad, my mom, same thing. And then me and my family, same thing. And so I love teaching about people how to have a food storage. That's what I call it. Some people call it a full pantry. You can call it what you want. Teaching people how to make, like I store things like whole wheat berries, kernels of wheat.
Oh, yeah.
But then I grind it and I make it into bread. I know how to use it. So you can store things, but you have to learn how to use it too. It's not going to do you any good if you don't have the knowledge or skills to use what you've stored.
So you teach classes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What classes?
Well, last night I just taught a pressure canning chicken class.
Oh.
And so the girls came over, the students came over, and I taught them how to use a pressure canner and not to be scared of it because so many people are scared of using a pressure canner. And we canned chicken, and I taught them how to can raw chicken as well as cooked chicken and what the difference is there, because raw chicken will actually cook in the jar in the pressure canner, so you don't have to worry, and makes its own broth in the jar.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So if you put chicken breast or whatever raw in a jar, you don't have to put any liquid in it, and then you put the lid, everything, put it in the pressure canner. It's under high heat for 75 minutes, and it cooks in there, and as it cooks, the juices come out of the chicken, and so it makes its own broth in the jar.
How long does that last for?
As long as it's sealed, but I try to eat mine within 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, that's a long-term storage.
That's amazing.
It is. And so I have protein. We see what's happening in the world, and I'm not doomsdaying.
Yes,
I'm not doing that.
No, tell us.
We see what's happening, and at the end of the day, what's happening is prices are going up. Fuel is going up because of whatever is happening over in the Middle East, and I don't even know what that is. All I know is the result is that fuel prices are going up. If fuel goes up, anything that uses fuel to transport our food means our food is going to rise, because they're not going to eat the cost of the fuel.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to raise the price of the food. We pay for the cost of the fuel. You with me?
Yes.
And so that means our food is going to cost more and more and more, but our wages are not going to go up with it.
Of course not.
No. On top of that, you have farmers where it's only 1% in this country who are farmers. 1%. That's not a lot of people who are farming and making all our food.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Yeah.
And so with that, the cost, the uranium, which is a source of energy, it is, we don't have enough. There's not enough uranium right now. There's a shortage, is what the word I'm trying to find. Uranium is a source of energy that helps to make nitrogen.
Okay.
Nitrogen is what the farmers use to fertilize our fields.
Okay.
So if uranium is more expensive, then it's more expensive to make nitrogen, and then you have to nitrogen's more expensive, and you have to transport the nitrogen, which means the food on the other end with the farmers is going to be more expensive.
Oh my God.
It's just this domino effect. So when you figure out what you eat, you and your family eat on a regular basis, and I'm I'm okay with Oreos here and there. Like
once in a while.
And I do like chocolate chips. I do keep a nice supply of chocolate chips on hand
do
in the freezer. Like that's where I got.
I do dark chocolate.
Me too. I got to have the dark chocolate.
I keep 2 bags in there at a time.
That we got to have the chocolate. Nothing wrong with that. But we cannot continue to eat the processed foods. We cannot. I told you the kids. We were talking to our kids earlier. I'm like, I'm very passionate. We've got to start learning how to cook at home where we can control what's going into our bodies. We have to learn how to grow our food. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. Grow your own lettuce. Grow your own tomatoes. Learn how to do this. You can do it. You can do it. She has a lovely container garden. Lovely. It's beautiful and healthy. You can grow in containers. It doesn't have to be, you have to plow up the backyard. You can grow in containers. And so we can learn how to take care of ourselves. We don't need the pharmaceuticals. Everybody might jump on me for that. Certain little things we can do for ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, head colds, you don't need pills. You can take the elderberry syrup. My daughter's been sick this week, and so I give her a juice, and then I give her some elderberry syrup to go along with it, and that's what she's healing. And she's a teenager. They heal fast. Not like me. I'm not fast. But it's all doable. I have a sister, my youngest sister, and we were talking about Nutella. My daughter loves Nutella.
Gosh.
Do you like Nutella?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So I don't know if you want me to go into this.
I haven't had it any in, my God, 10 years though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Okay.
Nutella is not healthy at all. Like, because of the way it's processed.
Anything that good can't be.
Well, I was telling my sister, she goes, why don't you just make your own? I was like, why don't I just make my own? And so I intend eventually to make my own Nutella. I'll do it.
You're making it for us. I'll taste test.
You'll taste test it? Thank you. I'm not a fan of Nutella. Okay. But the thing is, what's happening, those people who are in charge of our food, they're putting whatever they want in our food. And we don't know. Like, there's a new dye that's called beetroot red. And it is not made from beets.
Oh my.
It is not. They're teasing you. They took the beet dye, the flavor, or the dye of the beet, the juice of the beet, and they inoculated yeast with it. And then the yeast, as it grows, puts off this red dye, but it's yeast. It's like farmed yeast. And that's what they're putting in food. So I have a dear friend who's violently allergic to any kind of yeast. If she didn't know this and she bought something with beetroot red in it, it would cause an anaphylactic problem for her, right?
Yeah.
We have to learn how to cook for ourselves. We do. We have to know. And it's doable. I have a wheat book that I made. I wrote how to cook with wheat. Beans. Beans are one of the best sources of protein and fiber.
Yeah.
They're not hard to cook.
No.
They're very good for you.
I have that plenty stock.
Yeah. It's good for you. And it's a long-term food. Am I too passionate?
No.
Am I talking too much?
How can you be too passionate?
I don't know, because I get all excited.
I mean, it's funny because I'm keeping track of the time. And because you said you have.
Well, we have been here now. It's okay.
It's okay.
My Sudafed's still in.
No, so the video stops at 30 minutes. We're at 19.
Okay, perfect.
What was I going to say? So you inspired me. So I've always wanted to homestead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have all this space.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured, I was like, no, I'll wait till I could buy land.
Right.
I prayed on it. And God was like, start where you are.
That's right.
And I'm looking at all this space.
Yeah.
And then I came across your podcast.
Oh.
And you're like, homesteading, it's about the skills of what you know.
Yes.
So, yeah, you inspired me.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
So if somebody wanted to start, let's say gardening.
Yeah.
What should they start with?
Well, if they've never gardened before, I would suggest that you start with a pot with some dirt in it or soil in it and pick an herb. Rosemary, basil, Mint will grow anywhere.
Oh gosh.
Anywhere. And learn, it depends on how whole hog you want to go into it. I would suggest containers, and I do have a container gardening little course that I have on my website, joyfullyprepared.com, but it just is very simple, and you can start a container garden for less than $50, even in today's circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of figure out, where do you live, like what zone. You can look that up on Google to say what zone is Lakeland, Florida. We're in 9B, or wherever you live in Charlottesville, Virginia. That's my parents. I don't know. I think they're 5 or something like 7. I don't know. And figure out what plants grow there. And the next kind of deep dive, what plants are more native to your area. So Florida, we don't really do well with certain tomatoes here. They just, like Roma tomatoes don't do as well as they do in New Jersey. But there are other tomatoes that do really well in Florida. And so find out kind of what types of plants would be best for your area. You can work on ChatGPT. You go to your native plant society in your area and ask around for that as well. And then just start having fun. The best part about doing your own gardening is that you can plant anything you want.
Yeah.
You're not beholden to Lowe's or Home Depot for what they have. You can find the seeds for something so crazy and try it and see what you get. It's the best.
My next question, and probably last, if somebody wanted to start a homestead, how do they start?
Well, homestead, again, to me, has to do with the skills. If you have an apartment, you can homestead. You can learn how to bake bread. You can learn how to container garden. You can learn how to do herbal remedies, make your own herbal medicines, grow herbs, different things like that. Now, if you have property, the same applies. I am a realtor, and I help people find homesteads and help them discover, like, what zoning there is, because if you want to have a homestead, you need to know what you can and cannot do on that property. You may have 20 acres, but the zoning says you can't have horses or goats or something. We ran into that when we were looking for property here. So know what your zoning is, first and foremost. And second, well, maybe first, is water. Can you get water on that property?
Yeah.
Because if you can't get water, why have it? There's no reason to. But learn the skills. That's what, then, because as you learn the skills now, when you get ready to have your property, you just flow right into it. If you go back and listen to episode, it's something about the truth about where your food comes from.
Tell us again the
Joyfully Prepared, my podcast.
Yeah. Where people could find it at?
Apple, iTunes, is that what it is? Apple Podcast, Spotify, all of them. It's Joyfully Prepared. I think it says Homesteading Made Easy, Simple.
Yeah.
Says that too. And go listen to the Where Your Food Comes From podcast episode. My friend Judith talks about the fact that as you learn,
episode. I listened to it twice.
Isn't she adorable?
She is.
She's amazing.
Love her.
Yeah, I love her too. She's amazing. Listen to it, and she tells these amazing stories. But as you learn and layer, you won't have to worry about, like, if you buy a new property, you're not going to have to worry about, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? Because you've already done it in your little apartment or your little house or wherever you are. Just learn. Just start to learn things and enjoy learning. That's what we can do to be resilient and empower ourselves.
I'm excited that you're bringing all of this to the Expo. Ooh, my gosh. If you didn't have to rush. Okay, so I have every guest.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't tell you this, and I usually don't. I have every guest end us out in prayer.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right.
Our Father in heaven, we love Thee. We're so grateful for the great amount of blessings that Thou continually pours upon our heads. Blessings in disguise that if we only look up, we will see You smiling on us, and our and our struggles and our sadness maybe, but these all are turned into great abundance and fun. And we know that thou art such an adventurous and fun God, and we love thee so much for all of it. We thank thee for all of the opportunities to meet with one another. Samantha is amazing. Thank you so much for her. Thank you for her podcast and for her event, her spirit and her goodness. And I'm thankful that we're friends. We love thee. We pray that thou will continue to watch over and bless us. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Woo! Oh, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Me too.
This has been a new episode of Devoted to Her. Again, if you are in the Central Florida area, come on out. It's a free event at Cohatch. It's from 8 to 2, downtown Lakeland. March May 23rd. The first 50 people that enter gets swag bags. Everyone that comes in gets a ticket and entered into a raffle for beautiful gift baskets. But the amazing thing is, downstairs I have 20 vendors, all women-owned businesses, health and wellness, anything that women would enjoy. Upstairs, it's like the upper room in Acts, and that's all I'm going to say.
It's beautiful.
Until next time, as always, take care of you. Bye-bye. Son, stop the video. How did you feel?
Good. Is that okay?